Twitter criticism. Genocide dossier daily. I mean, I'm not excited, but I bet Israel just killed 20 more Palestinians. That's my bet. Because why? Because they do daily. That's what happened daily. Israeli kills 20 Palestinians. Oh. I lost the bet. It was way more Palestinian lives less in this world. In this revolutionary world, you know, we have to see some revolution in it anywhere. Right here in Chile, we are facing a terrible impact on electricity bills. We have a monster crisis, a monster improvement. I mean, increase in the electricity bills. So I hope for the worst. I hope the worst for this government. I hope the worst. Anyway, live updates. Israel's war on Gaza live. 64 Palestinians killed in one day. This is by Tamila. Varshalomitze and Uro by Jamal. September 11, 2024. Dozens of Palestinians are dead and more than 100 wounded in a spate of Israeli airstrikes throughout the Gaza Strip. In the carnage and destruction resumes. At least 18 people, including women and children, have been killed in an attack on UN school-turned shelter in Nuseirat camp in central Gaza Strip. 7 minutes ago now. 7 minutes ago. 6 UN staff among the dead in Israel's Nuseirat school attack. The United Nations Palestinian Refugees Agency says 6 of its staffers were killed in 2 Israeli air raids on central Gaza's Nuseirat refugee camp. The quote, highest death toll among our staff in single incident during the war. So I was very far away from the real number. The UN-operated Al-Jaouni School, a shelter for thousands of displaced Palestinians, has been hit by multiple Israeli attacks over the course of the war. And 13 minutes ago, Hamas says it's ready to implement ceasefire without new conditions. The group says negotiators reiterated readiness to implement an immediate ceasefire with Israel in Gaza based on a previous US proposal without new conditions from any party. Hamas said in a statement its negotiation team, led by senior official Khalil al-Hayya, met mediators including Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani and Egypt's intelligence chief Abbas Kamel in Doha to discuss the latest in Israel's bloody war on Gaza. The previous proposal put forward by US President Joe Biden in June laid out a three-phase ceasefire in return for the release of Israeli captives. Talks have so far failed to reach a deal to end the 11-month-old war. CIA Director William Burns, the chief U.S. negotiator on Gaza, said on Saturday a more detailed ceasefire proposal will be made in the next several days. You have a photograph. photograph of Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani has been a key mediator in the truce negotiations. And 29 minutes ago now. Watch how Palestinians in Gaza resist Israel's attacks on education. Israel has targeted the education system as part of its devastating war on Gaza. It is destroying schools and universities and has killed thousands of students and teachers. Yet learning and teaching still go on in tense and makeshift classrooms. How and why Gaza's educational spirit remains so strong? And here we are watching what happened this morning, some riot because of the 9/11 here, Chilean 9/11. They burned it. I will not say I completely support them because this subject is too. What happened in Chile is that they dictatorship Augusto Pinochet, they killed 5,000 people, not Palestinians, Chileans, 5,000 Palestinian socialist Chileans, and that is being 51 years ago. There's nothing. Not much to do, not much to do by this time. So I guess the government doesn't recognize what happened, The government doesn't say who they've been killed, who is really killed, They don't recognize it. Maybe they don't have they didn't register who they were killing. Anyway, let's keep. It is destroying schools and but the problem with Chile is that nowadays we have a terrible way of life, a terrible reality here. No jobs, expensive electricity bills. This is the hell, Chile is hell. Anyway, let's go. Let's watch this. Israel has targeted the education system as part of its devastating war on Gaza. And the title is "Watch How Palestinians in Gaza Resist Israel's attacks on education." I guess this is a minor subject because, I always say my polemic opinion that Palestinians should go away from Palestine, unfortunately, but this is a Zionist government in Israel, so it's a very dire world. And I don't know what to say. Maybe going to Russia. Russia is full of space. You will get really cold, but you will be alive, And it says, watch how Palestinians in Gaza resist Israel's attacks on education. Israel has targeted the education system as part of its devastating war on Gaza. It is destroying schools and universities and has killed thousands of students and teachers, yet learning and teaching still go on in tense and makeshift classrooms. How and why does Gaza's educational spirit remain so strong? And we have a video of 28 minutes. How Palestinians in Gaza resist Israel's attacks on education. And then 34 minutes ago, breaking. 4 people, including woman and child, killed in Gaza City. Gaza Civil Defense Agency reports 4 people, including a woman and child, have been killed in an Israeli bombing of the residential apartment in the Tufa neighborhood in northern Gaza City. The apartment belonged to the Al-Bilbisi family in the Al-Mashara area, it said. A search for the missing is continuing. Well, we will bring you more details as we have them. 44 minutes ago, UN denounces Israeli attack on its school in Gaza. The United Nations condemned the deadly Israeli air raid on a UN school being used as a shelter in central Gaza. UN spokesperson Stephane Dujarric told reporters it was the 5th bombing of the same school in the Nuseirat refugee camp since Israel's war on Gaza began. Quote, we condemn all airstrikes that target civilians and those that also target UN facilities, Dujarric said. Quote, our policy is clear. UN premises should never be targeted, nor should UN premises be used by any groups or any force from which to launch military activities, Dujarric added. UN premises need to be respected, and that is by all parties to any conflict. And lastly, we have 59 minutes ago an analysis. Israel won't abandon security corridor dividing Gaza. It's not too big, yeah. Hamas says its negotiation team, led by senior official Khalil Al-Hayya, met Qatar's Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani and Egypt's intelligence chief Abbas Kamel to discuss the latest developments in Gaza. A current ceasefire proposal remains on the table, with Hamas saying it's ready to hand over Israeli captives, but Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu rejecting the terms. Sultan Barakat, a professor at Qatar's Hamid bin Khalifa University, says the Israelis have created further facts on the ground when it comes to the truce deal that Hamas accepted in July after it was endorsed by the UN Security Council. Israel has created a corridor that splits Gaza in two, and it will never leave that, Barakat told Al Jazeera. A fact Hamas cannot agree to any agreement. Quote, the Israelis use the excuse of security, but they really use it to make the lives of Palestinians even more difficult, he added. You know, honestly, I'm surprised how Israel just not occupied all Gaza and send the Palestinians away, you know. That's what they want to do. I'm pretty impressive how the Palestinians just don't go away. I'm not attached to any city, you know, to any country. I just will take the best country and move.